welcome back to Color Me Sunshine! As you know, it is February. This could be either a dreaded month for some of you, or maybe a really happy month. Either way, in this video I'm going to show you a couple DIYs that you can do for a Valentine's gift for your friend, or parent, or someone you love. So let's get started! Alright, so the first DIY that we're going to be working on is little heart-shaped coasters. I've had these about a year now, and I wanted to work on 4 of them today. You can see that these are actually pretty thin, so if you really wanted to, you could probably put 2 of these together to make it a little thicker, but I'm not going to do that. So without further ado, let's get started. Before anything, I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin layer of acrylic gesso to all 4 of these because it seems like the best way to get the acrylic paint to stand out on its own without soaking into the cork material. So for this first design, I'm using some purple to outline here. I wanted to go with like a geode design. A geode is like a rock with a bunch of crystals in the center. You would never guess from the outside that it has all that pretty stuff in it, but it does. I was trying to blend these and make like a gradient of dark purple to a medium light purple, and then just outline the next layer in white. Didn't work out as great as I wanted it to though. So now that those 3 layers are dried, I'm going to go with the next layer of an even lighter purple. And if you're wondering what happened to the background of this, I've been painting other things and just didn't flip over the canvas, so sorry about the mess. Alright, now finally to paint the center. In the center is where usually the crystals and pretty stuff is, so we're going to be putting the glitter right on top of the wet paint. This process does get a little messy, so I have a little paper towel there to catch all the extra glitter. Alright, now the first one is done. Moving on to the second one. I have this idea of like a flower and a hummingbird, so I'm going to start painting the background of this just a sky blue color. I found a similar design to my idea on Pinterest, so I went ahead and sketched it out. I've got my little paint colors here laid out on another cork heart. So it just worked out. I tested the other side with other paint, so that's why I'm using it. Not wasting, guys. So you can see most of the florals, I did like pinkish colors, different hues of it, and then the face of the hummingbird, I also wanted to do a similar reddish color. So for the hummingbird itself, I wanted to go with a green shade. Have you ever seen green hummingbirds? They're so pretty. Now just finishing her off with some white touch-ups. And the second one is all done. Now on to number 3. For this one, my idea is to make a strawberry. After the leaves were dry, I'm starting to put this nice scarlety pinkish red on here. Had to be really careful just outlining the leaves without messing them up with the red. Easy to do. Now for a second coat on everything, just making this have some shadow and some lighter areas. And even on the strawberry, you can see it has a little shade on the side. And then I was like, I'm gonna make this a kawaii strawberry. So I put a little face on there with my Artesia acrylics, and then I was like, oh, this is getting weird. And then I got my metallic paint out, and you can see I'm like dipping in the, bottle? So I hope that doesn't trigger anybody. Sorry guys, I was just trying to make less of a mess. Just applying some finishing touches of a metallic acrylic paint, and we're done. So now for my fourth coaster, I recently saw Chloe Rose Art paint her wall, the Van Gogh Starry Night painting, and I loved it. So I was like, what can I do? I want to do a Starry Night painting. So I'm going to do a dotted form of that, and just starting with the background, kind of layering it with some black for that little, building or mountain or whatever it is. Doesn't show up well until I start dotting though. So I haven't actually done dotting art before. I don't even know if it's actually called that, sorry. But I really enjoyed it. It took a lot of extra effort from me because I kept messing up a little bit. Just the dots wouldn't be thick enough or whatever, but the end result turned out really pretty. And now just adding the last few shades of blue to fill in the background and make everything pop. And here's all four. Now I do have to go with a final coat of some Mod Podge on all of these to protect all the artwork. I saved the little Geode design for last because it still had some glitter coming off of it and I knew it would just ruin everything. But now on to the next DIY. We are going to make a little charm out of clay. I'm using Sculpey polymer clay here, and I just wanted to make a little bear, maybe holding a heart. So I feel pretty satisfied about how the form of the body is, and now I'm just going to put this little pin in it so it could be a keychain. So I made the ears and the feet of the little bear pink, and I just put a little tan face on there because I'm making a little heart nose, so that way it'll stand out. And since this is a little Valentine's Day charm, I figured he should be holding a heart. And once that was done, into the oven he goes. So now that these are done, I can use them as like coaster trading cards. But they're awesome little coasters. They're so colorful. My favorite, okay, this one's my least favorite. I'll just say it was really easy to do, but it just didn't come out like I thought it would. Next one would probably be the strawberry, just because I had no idea what I was going with this, and it looked like a tomato for the longest time, and it kind of still does. And then, oh, these two, oh, I love these two so much. They're so pretty in their own ways.
Having to pick is difficult.
Okay, I'm just going to say I like this one for my number one. This one was just really time consuming and I had to be really careful with it, and it was something new for me. So I'm just really happy that it came out the way it did. This one's really colorful and bright and I love it almost just as much. So I don't know, but I'll post these on Instagram and I'll link below where I got them on Amazon so you can get these and make your own little coasters. But definitely tag me if you make some of your own or something similar. I'd love to see your designs. And then we have my little bear charm. I had a lot of fun with this, but I also had a hard time because I basically ruined my clay. I overheated it in the water just to soften it, and it like cooked it because I used extremely hot boiling water. And I guess you don't do that. I had to cut into the blocks of clay just to get soft pieces out, and I'm still impressed at this. So you have your little Valentine charm you can give to someone. But I'll go ahead and link down below what clay I used, and the little eye pins that you can also put in there. Make like a little keychain with. Yeah guys, if you liked this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment below which one was your favorite, I'd love to know. And I will see you next week.